on the channel. I've always been a big fan of Surface products, and the Surface Pro 12 is no different. Truly is a hybrid experience between a tablet as well as a laptop, with the ability to run a full Windows 11 experience, really allowing you to get things done. This year, Microsoft introduces all new 12-inch display, which is powered by Snapdragon's X Plus processors, making this device even smaller, lighter, and more tablet-like. The Surface Pros are now fanless thanks to that Snapdragon chip, making it 21% lighter as well as 16% thinner than the previous model, and comes in under £1.50 pound. If you use other Surface products, you'll notice that weight and size different the moment you take it out of the box. The corners also feel more rounded and just better overall to hold in the hands for a truer tablet experience, while still being made of 100% recycled aluminum alloy. And speaking of unboxing, the colorway was super cute. The box itself did match this violet colorway. It was minimal, and I'm sorry, maybe a little too minimal, as it only provided the manual and a USB-C cord. $70 45-watt power brick will be sold separately. The keyboard itself is also sold separately, which is fine if you do plan on just using this as a tablet, but definitely recommend picking one up even if it is third party. More on the keyboard and that experience later on, but no power brick. The Surface Pro 12 starts at $799 for the base model, with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. $100 more and you will double the storage, bringing it to $512. As always, you can rely on cloud storage using your OneDrive if you are primarily using a device for productivity. But keep in mind, unlike prior years, this Copilot PC storage is not self-upgradable. Bad times, because that actually was kind of nice. And as I've already covered, it is a 12-inch screen. It's a touch screen, of course, and it does have Microsoft's signature Pixel Sense LCD technology. It gets around to 2K in resolution and a peak brightness of 400 nits. Keep in mind, if that is a deal breaker, they do have their 13-inch models, which are OLED, but it's going to cost you. The bezels all around are uniform, which is great, and I actually do prefer because it doesn't make it awkward to hold in your hands, whether it's in portrait or landscape mode. And the panel does run at a max of 90 Hz, which is a nice compromise if that is what helps keeps costs down. This device also has two cameras. We have a 1080p front-facing camera for video calls, which also supports Windows Hello, as well as studio sounding quality mic. And this is just a quick test of the front-facing camera using some of those AI features that are built into the Surface Pro. We're also using the onboard mic, so you can judge for yourself how I look as well as sound. And although the rear-facing camera is only 10 megapixels, this should be plenty for scanning any documents you'd like to either mock up or reference later. We're now down to only 2 USB-C ports, so we've lost that signature Surface port for charging. It was nice because it was magnetic, allowing it to detach if someone were to trip over the cord, but I really do just prefer to rely on USB-C to hold on to that 16 hours of promised charge. Speakers on this guy are pretty good considering the size. Personally, when I do work, I try to listen to something, I do prefer to just use headphones. But if you're listening to a podcast or a YouTube video, these speakers do just fine on their own. But if you are trying to listen to music, I'd probably put it on a set of headphones. We still have the adjustable kickstands, allowing you to get the perfect viewing angle. You might even been noticing this area back here. So this is now where you charge as well as store the Slim Pen 2. Prior generations have used the removable keyboard to store and charge your pen. And although I was skeptical at first, I've grown to prefer this method overall. Magnets are really strong, and the pen is more flat than round, which has lessened the odds of it falling out of your bag. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the keyboard case, in case it is something you're considering picking up. The outer area which you hold is super soft, and it's still made of that Alcantara fabric. However, the keyboard and the keys themselves are now made of plastic, so it's more of a matte-like finish, which I do think I prefer overall. We have a nice sized trackpad. However, keep in mind that it is not haptic, but it does support their adaptive touch. We have a dedicated Copilot key to launch straight away into those AI features you want to take advantage of. It does charge and power itself magnetically via the 3 pins at the bottom, but this is not Bluetooth, so just also keep that in mind. It does not have a built-in battery like the 13-inch introduced last year. So to break down the Surface lineup, we have the Surface Go, we have the Surface Pro 12-inch, as well as 13-inch, and although they both have Pro in the name, I would say the 13-inch is still more Pro. You have more features. You have a 120 Hz panel, higher storage options, 4K OLED display, and those Pro features are going to have a Pro price tag, but if it's worth it, it may be worth it to you. And for my Apple friends, to compare this to iPad terms, I would say the Surface Go is more like the base iPad. This one here, the 12-inch, is more like the iPad Air. And the 13-inch is more like the iPad Pro. But please don't cut this guy out just yet, because unlike the 13-inch, this one is fanless, and fanless does mean quieter. And it really is just the perfect size, and I'm really happy with all the upgrades this year to the design. But what makes it the latest generation of Microsoft products so special outside of the hardware is that they are Copilot PCs, and they have all these AI features natively built in, and they're optimized to run them. You have the ability to restyle photos using AI, Copilot is built into your Office 365 applications. There's a new super powerful search bar that can identify not just text, but images as well. A new recall app that allows you to retrace your steps and find things you've either used, created, or referenced in the past. As for me, I've been mainly using this as my 9-to-5 device, so pretty much I'm always in and out of Word, Outlook, PowerPoint, Excel, and since Snapdragon's 8-core processor was built to handle these apps, your battery life should really hold up all day. From time to time, I do use Lightroom with the Surface Slim Pen too, because I really do just prefer to edit on tablets, and it has really been a great experience. As we've mentioned, there are better displays, brighter displays, but as far as performance, this guy really does hold up. The Surface keeps up with my 61 megapixel files from my Sony a7R, and if you're not familiar, those are big files, so that alone is pretty impressive. The only games I've personally installed is just your typical mobile apps. I've been playing a lot of Magic Arena because I prefer the desktop experience over the mobile phone experience. This device is not intended to be a gaming device, but it will handle your casual stuff while you're trying to kill some time at a doctor's office or anything like that. And what I love about the Surface Pro 12-inch is that for $799 plus accessories, so we'll say around $1,200, which would be a lot for a tablet, you get a fully functional laptop experience as well. And I do think this is a great option for students who really do live that hybrid lifestyle, that need the ability to take notes, take advantage of AI features. They're in and out of Office 365 apps, but they also need to be able to sit down and really get to work. As you can tell, I'm a fan. Although this guy is fanless, let me know if this device would work for you down in the comments. Of course, while you're down there, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, I'll see ya.